and a couple seconds later, the second noise made it pretty obvious that it was a shooter. Little Marine Corps background in my history, didn't take
Not
too
just
long.
a little Lieutenant General in the Marine Corps, but yes.
Fair enough. But the point is, at that point, everybody started scrambling. I made a quick assessment that the shots came from behind the third base dugout, and my best strategy would be to get low and go behind the first base dugout. Everybody was scrambling at that point. So the good news is that the shooter could not get onto the field because the gates were locked behind the chain link fence. So as he was shooting, he began to move. We couldn't see him, at least from our vantage point, but he had a direct shot at third base, shortstop, and second.
So you're hearing him, but you're not seeing him at this point.
That's right. We're just hearing the shots, and people yell shooter, people start to scramble, you know, just personal survival and directing others to survival as well.
So what happens after that? Where did you ultimately, were you able to run away from the field? We've heard some members of Congress did.
Yeah, we were all kind of on our own at that point. So my first thought in getting behind the first base dugout was if he was coming out from third base, he couldn't see me behind the first base dugout. There were some members who were already down in the first base dugout. Then he started to move down the third base line towards home plate, again, outside the fence. And then I moved, along with some others behind the dugout, into the dugout, down in there. And that's when the police detail, Whip Scalise's police detail, engaged him and took him down.
You have followed a impressive career in the Marine Corps by now being a freshman member of Congress. So this, I don't know if this is your first year, but certainly you were relatively new to the men's baseball team. What are you thinking? How are you feeling as you consider this event that is something that brings members of Congress together, something that, quite frankly, a lot of Americans think you guys don't do?
For the last 2 months, we've been meeting at 6:30 in the morning, 3 days a week to practice. I've had a great opportunity to meet many of my colleagues who I hadn't met before, so bonding, getting to know them. We always have political discussions, whether we're on the baseball field or not, talking about issues. But this is a great charity event coming up here tomorrow night, both Democrats and Republicans. This is a nonpartisan event that really is going to raise $600,000+ for needy kids in the greater metro area. We need to take the game forward tomorrow night, show the American public that we are people with a heart and people with a head.
And we have heard other members, Congressman Rodney Davis said the game needs to go on tomorrow. We'll see if it does. Stay with me for just a moment. I do want to tell our viewers that we've just gotten a warning that President Trump is going to be speaking. It's called the 2-minute warning. I don't mean a warning in the real sense of it. He's going to be speaking here shortly. We're going to continue talking to Congressman Bergman until we hear from the president. What do you want to hear from the president? We know that he's spoken to the House Speaker. We know that they've put out a statement. What are you hoping to hear?
Well, I'm hoping to hear, and I believe we will hear, expressions of sympathy and hope and prayers for those who've been wounded.
Thank you.
All right, President Trump making remarks there at the White House, and I'm here with Congressman Jack Bergman of Michigan, who was at the practice when this shooting happened. Following the shooting of Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, there was a lot of soul searching about what this would mean for security for members. You just heard President Trump there talking about, of course, there are differences between Democrats and Republicans, but this is something that is going to unify people as they respond to this. What are your concerns moving forward, and what would you like to see Congress do?
Well, my concern moving forward, if there was one, was that maybe somebody still has yet to read the mail, that we have new security challenges in this country. I was a Northwest Airlines pilot for 25 years. Our world changed on 9/11 and how we did our business because we recognized the new security threat that was going to try to take down our airplanes. So what I heard from the president a minute ago was, number one, prayers for the families, praise for the Capitol Police, and the sincere belief knowing that those who serve because we love this country.
Congressman Bergman, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate you being with us today. Our prayers, of course, with your teammates and also with all of you, as you, a lot of you are shaken, I know. This is no small thing to go through. We certainly appreciate it.